London Matters with me, Navjyot. London is a city that never sleeps, and in order to cater for this 24-hour lifestyle, Transport for London will be introducing an around-the-clock service on certain tube lines. Huge investments were poured in to modernise what is seen as the backbone to every commuter's journey. It will play a vital role in London's nighttime economy, as well as creating around 2,000 permanent jobs. More than 1 million Londoners use the tube on a daily basis. Research into the economic benefits of a night tube found that it would help to enhance and maintain London's status as a vibrant and exciting place to live, visit and work. However, ongoing discussions between trade unions and the London Underground over contract terms, pay and working conditions means that the start date for the night tube has in fact been delayed. Speculation from the papers suggests that it could be late in 2015 or in New Year 2016. There are many trade unions involved in the dispute itself, such as RMT, the National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers, as well as TSSA, the Transport Salaried Staffs Association, and of course Unite the Union. Now, the London Underground boss Nick Brown commented on the situation, stating that we are not far from an agreement that protects the work-life balance of our employees and is affordable, sustainable and fair. As such, we have decided to defer the introduction of the night tube to allow more time for talks to conclude. Now, Sadiq Khan, the Labour mayoral candidate, spoke out on social media referring to the delay as very frustrating for Londoners and that Boris had botched it from beginning to end. Sadiq in fact actually denied that his strong links with the trade unions would strengthen their hand in strike negotiations if elected as mayor next year, and called on Boris to get personally involved in the dispute itself. Now, nothing has actually been said from the Conservative mayoral hopeful Zach Goldsmith. Well, I spoke to some Londoners to hear their thoughts on the possibility of a night tube. So, Simon, do you think the London night tube is a good idea?
Yeah, of course I do. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think anybody who goes out in London in the evenings is going to love it, really.
It has actually been delayed. It was supposed to be launched on the 12th of September, and now papers are saying it might be at the end of this year or early next year. Do you think it'll ever happen?
I'm an optimist, so yes, I think so, yeah.
Okay. What do you think about the proposed night tube?
Well, I think it's about time they did it, to be honest, because a lot of other cities around the world have already got it. We should be sort of pushing things forward a bit. There's nothing worse than having to rush home at the end of a night, having to get a cab and spend like 30 quid. And it's kind of, when they do it on New Year's, it's always a blessing, like it's great that they do it, so I don't see why they haven't done it beforehand, really.
It was supposed to be launched on the 12th of September this year, and now they're saying it might be early next year. There's no actual concrete answer when it will happen. What do you think? Are you an optimist? Do you think it'll ever happen?
I think it will happen. I just think the whole planning of it has probably been not up to scratch. They probably haven't talked to the staff that are going to be involved properly. But it's got to happen. It's just people need to talk to each other and make a decision on it.
Do you use the tube on a daily basis?
Yeah, I do.
Are you a proud Londoner as well?
I am, yes, very much so.
So the London night tube has actually been announced that it will be happening. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think Boris is just introducing a vanity project, if you will?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
yeah, I think so.
it was supposed to be launched in September this year, and there's speculation that it will be launched, well, maybe at the end of this year or in the new year. What are your thoughts as a Londoner? Do you think it will ever happen?
Yeah, I think it will never happen.
And why do you think that?
Yeah, because it's if they really decide to make it happen, it should be in the first place anyway. But you know, they've been delayed a lot time, everything. Anyway, it's not about the tube, but everything been delayed every time. So I don't think it's happening.
Do you think it's worth the money?
Nah.
So you're happy with the way the tubes are running at the moment?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So Barbara, what do you think about Boris's proposed plans for a London night tube?
I think it's a good idea to introduce night tubes over the weekend, because it would just ensure that people get home safely during the night.
It was supposed to be launched on the 12th of September, and it's been delayed, and it's been somewhat delayed till next year. Do you think it will ever happen?
Well, I hope so, and I hope that the different parts arguing about it, like pressure groups, members of the public, TfL and politicians, find a consensus and reach a way to launch it, because yeah, it would add something to London, I think.
What do you think about Boris's proposed plans for a night tube?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, do you use the tube on a daily basis?
No, but I use it for socialising.
Okay, it's actually proposed to be launched back in September this year, and now it's being speculated that it could be launched early next year. Do you think it'll ever happen?
Yes, it should happen, yes.
Do you think there's a possibility that it's just a vanity project, that Boris is just wasting money on transportation when he could be using it on something a bit more useful?
No, I think we will get a night tube, because they've got one in Berlin, and that works, so I wouldn't get them here.
Okay, thank you. Boris's proposed plans for a London night tube, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea?
I think it's a good idea if you can get it off the ground, yeah.
It was supposed to be launched back in September this year, and now there's speculation that it's going to be at the end of this year or next year. What do you think? Do you think it'll ever happen?
I don't think it will happen during Boris's term, so I think it's something that the next mayor will have to take up.
As a commuter yourself, do you think the money could be used instead for anything else other than just the London night tube?
There's umpteen things that you use money for. Hospitals, the schools, the police. Yeah?
Okay, brilliant. Well, with such ambiguity over the launch date, it is safe to say that Londoners will have to wait a little longer before they can start enjoying the night tube. Thanks for watching London Matters, and do join me again.